Hello everyone, welcome to another video here in HR in the Cloud. So if you are looking for Oracle HCM Cloud content, this is the channel for you. So just consider subscribing to this channel. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk about 7 scheduled processes that you should run after you hire an employee. So after you hire an employee in Oracle HCM Cloud, you should run some scheduled processes, and you're also able to schedule those processes so they can run in a daily routine, a weekly routine. But if needed, you can run all this process, and this process are going to synchronize the data from the person you have just entered in Oracle HCM Cloud. So to run this process, you should navigate to Navigator, the menu. Then you go to Tools, and you have right here the Schedule Processes menu. And click on Schedule New Process, and here we're gonna search for the 7 processes you should run. So the first process you should run, you can search for a keyword, is Update Person Search Keywords, and this process will synchronize the person data that you just entered in Oracle HCM Cloud to another person tables. So it's common that after you hire an employee and you go to My Client Groups, Person Management, you are not able to find that person when you search. So this process solves this kind of issue, and here we have some options that you should use to run this process. So if you have just loaded workers into Oracle HCM Cloud using Oracle HCM Data Loader, then you should run this process with after batch load equals to yes. And if you have just added the employee manually, then you should run this process with no. You can also run this process with no parameter. So, but in this case, I'm gonna run this process with no. So just consider that if you want to synchronize the data after a data load, then you should run this process with this option selected, the value yes. Then you just click on Submit. Then Oracle Cloud HCM are going to run this process and synchronize all the person data. After this process is finished, the second process you're going to run right here is Synchronize Person Records. Synchronize Person Records. So you can run this process, and this also helps to synchronize the person data into Oracle HCM Cloud tables. So just click OK. In the same way as the previous process, you can select if you are going to synchronize data after a data load or not. So if you have just loaded data using HCM Data Loader, then you select here the option yes. If you have just entered all the data manually into Oracle HCM Cloud, then you select no, and you just click on Submit to run this process. The third process you should run after you hire a person, after you hire a worker in Oracle HCM Cloud, is this process right here, Maintain Pattern Location Current Record Information. And this process is important because if you are implementing Oracle HCM Cloud, then in the most cases we're going to use bank accounts, and the point is that we use bank accounts in Oracle HCM Cloud. However, this is a ERP feature, so you need to run this process to synchronize the person record you just created with some ERP tables, and this is going to avoid that you face an issue when you try to enter bank accounts data into the person management page. So then you just select the process, click OK. After you click OK, you just click on Submit to run this process. So the fourth process you should run after you create a person, after you hire a worker, an employee in Oracle HCM Cloud, is auto provision rules for all users. So after you create a worker, if your client has auto provision rules to provide rules for the users, such as rules for employee roles, line manager roles, then you should run this process so this worker that you just hired are going to receive the roles are set up in the auto provision rules. Let's run this process. Then you are going to have this parameter here, process generated role requests, and the default value is yes. Then you should just run this process. and you submit. And when you run this process, all the auto provision rules that you have created are going to be applied to the users. So after you run the auto provision process, you should run some process to synchronize all the security data into Oracle HCM Cloud and LDAP. The first process you're going to run is send pending LDAP requests. You just select the process right here, click OK. You can use the default parameters right here and just submit your process. Another process you should run after you hire an employee in Oracle HCM Cloud is retrieve latest LDAP changes. So this process are going to synchronize all the user and the roles that have been created. So when you hire an employee, you are going to create a person. This is going to automatically create a user account. So you should also synchronize all those data. Run this retrieve latest LDAP changes process and just submit. If needed, you can also run this same personal data for multiple users to LDAP in order to synchronize the personal data from the employees to the security console. Some data are going to appear in the security console, such as names, such as employment info, an email from the user. Here you have a user population filter, and you can run this process to synchronize all users, and even those users that are already created in the environment you are working on, or you can choose this option to run and synchronize only changed users. So this process are going to filter the users who have been changed, the user who have been modified, and just synchronize those users. So it's up to you which option is best for your scenario. In this case, I'm gonna run this process for all users. Alright, so the last scheduled process that you should run in Oracle Cloud HCM after you hire an employee is this process right here, import user and role application security data. So let's just select this process right here, then you click OK, and this process don't have any filter right here, so you just submit. And after you perform all the synchronizations from data you just entered in Oracle HCM Cloud, and this is going to be synchronized with other security tables and LDAP, then you should bring back some data and to store this data into Oracle HCM Cloud tables. So if you have any question, if you have any comments, just let me know in the comment section down below. If you are an Oracle consultant, if you are an Oracle Cloud consultant, if you implement Oracle Cloud HCM and you are looking for content about Oracle Cloud HCM, I'm just going to invite you to subscribe to this channel, because this is what I'm going to talk about right here. So if you enjoy Oracle Cloud HCM content, just subscribe to this channel. Click the like button. That's all for now. See you in the next video.